What a match, guys. What a match. I was on the stream with some Liverpool fans, Nelson the Monk. Raunak, तू ही बात कर starting में, but यार, in the middle, तो end of second half, it looked like we were doing nothing. Game was done. We were like just on our last legs, like every game this season, ना like कुछ ज़्यादा हो रहा ही नहीं था. And then that game from nowhere, yaar, 4-3, Liverpool, quarterfinal, Old Trafford. No matter what the season has gone, you need to win these games, and we won it, yaar. We won it despite Rashford almost messing up one of the biggest chances of the match.
It
How do you
was
feel? How do you
it
feel,
was
yaar?
fucking crazy. Insane game. Maddest game of the season. And as usual, started the game off, it was open. Both sides were pretty open in the start of the game.
Yeah,
And we took our chance, we slotted the first goal in. It was a scrappy goal, and it doesn't really matter, it doesn't
yeah.
really matter. We got on the score sheet in the beginning, and then end of halftime, heart sank because I knew they were going to score. Obviously they were going to score, but I thought, okay, if we could just go through the half with that clean sheet, because their goals came out 42nd and 47th minute. So it was just like a 3, 4, 5 minutes you had to keep it tight. And we conceded two. Heart sank. And then around the second half also, we were like playing so bad. इतना ज़्यादा खराब खेल रहे थे second half भी. And मेरे को तो लग नहीं रहा था कि कुछ होगा. And then suddenly around the 70th, 75th minute, जब सारे substitutions आ गए, we could see the game was opening up. And game में chances आ रहे. We were playing a little bit better. Hats off to Garnacho. He was just full of
I think
energy
he was
today.
the best player of the game. Yeah, Garnacho was on throughout. Rashford, till his knee, like last ditch जो miss था यार उसका, the 3-2 करने को, and to avoid extra time, that was the best chance. Before that he was marked out of the game, but Garnacho was on it the whole game, yaar. He was trying, someone you wanted to just play. Bruno was also having a downer again, but yeah, Garnacho, you're right. Garnacho, man. Like,
Garnacho, full
yeah.
game, he was lively, and that is so difficult, like 90 minutes is difficult,
Aman,
120 minutes
Bruno,
to be lively.
Bruno, not a good game, man. In the end, he was better at calming people down, playing defensively, but I don't think he had a good game.
No, I mean Bruno had a decent game, yeah, not one of his best games ever, but not even a bad performance. It was a decent performance. He did his job, the bare minimum required. He did it, and I also have to bring in Kobe Mainu to this, because in the toughest phase of that game, that second half, Kobe Mainu was so good. All the minutes that he was on the pitch, he was so good, solid. He held on to the midfield as much as he could, and that is difficult against the Liverpool side. McAllister, Shabozlai, and Endo, just full of energy, and he held his own in that midfield. It is commendable.
See, I understand कि तुम लोग ऐसे ही बोल रहे हो, why Bruno, why Mino, but for me in the second half of the first half, sorry, McTominay, Bruno, and Mino disappeared, which is how they broke to the middle, right? And they passed the play to the wings, which is why I feel, yes, in the end when you win 4-3, thoda if we had to come back down to earth for a second, sloppy passes, right? Ronak, sloppy passing,
Definitely.
shoulders dropped, midfield was all open, we let them in, which is why I feel give them some blame. But man, like you said, in the end, Diallo, what a moment! Finally, Diallo got a chance.
But
6
he
minutes
tarnished it
technically.
with that red card.
6 minutes technically. 6 minutes technically, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know emotions were high. He finally got to play, a point to prove to Eric Ten Hag, winning goal, literally last second of extra time, right? We finished 30 minutes also of extra time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in context of things, that yellow card, the red card could have again been costly after scoring the winner, but it's fine. You can forgive him. Lot of emotion over there from Diallo, right? Getting that
Correct.
chance, getting to score.
Correct.
Rashford finally, man. I was telling my friend, I was on that stream, I was telling a friend of mine who was watching next to me. I hope Rashford is saving that proper goal for his one good chance again, because the two he missed were,
Oh,
oh my
terrible.
god, oh
Yeah.
my god, oh my
He
god. That
really
was
needs to
terrible
work on
mistake.
that one-on-one finishing, man. We
Yeah.
cannot be missing those.
Look, Liverpool had their chances to win the game. I'm not going to say Liverpool were not better in the start of second half. They cancelled us out. They were boring the game out. But when you get that chance, you want Rashford there. And Rashford was there. And that miss could have been so costly, right? If you lose the game. Instead,
Right.
now we go to an international break with some momentum again, positivity. Hopefully, we don't have any injuries. Bruno will look like he was limping, right?
Right.
Everybody else looked decent. Lindelof
Even
looked
McTominay
decent.
was
Everyone
limping
still
towards the end
fatigue.
of it. Even McTominay was limping towards the end of it, but
Yeah,
yeah,
hopefully
just
fatigue. Yeah,
fatigue. Yeah, just fatigue. It was a tough game, and I was happy with the players, just because they were fighting today. That's all I can say. Yes, we had a sloppy second half, but all in all, they were fighting. Even the first half, we didn't have control of the first half, but they were trying to do what they could, with a almost a tattered defense, not the most solid backline we wanted. Lindelof sorted in second half, and Maguire ko leke aaye. Then again, Van Bissaka was taken out, and then Anthony was playing left back towards the end of it. So just all in all, they played with a lot of heart, and they played it like a proper cup game. जैसे क्वार्टर फाइनल में ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड पे गेम है अगेंस्ट लिवरपूल, you have to put in 100%, and that is what they did. And I'm not saying it was our best performance, but we needed that win today and we bloody got it.
I I'm just like, look, it's still soaking in. Like, it's, I know I don't want to, like, I want to calm down now because it's not like a cup final. It's not like we beat Liverpool and we've reached a point where we're title chasing. But
Hmm.
on the context of things, right, and to have something that's happened to us this season where we've had games where we come close. The Arsenal 3-1
Hmm.
comes to mind. We could have won
Right.
that game. Season could have been different. City
Right.
3-1, right? 2 weeks back, we were doing decent,
Right.
but again, we didn't make it past that finishing line. So to
Correct.
go to a game like this, to make it to the finishing line, right,
Hmm.
and get through somehow, just drag a result. Although doing the game like this, right, you have to just look at the fact that as it was, we
Hmm.
were playing with one defender in the end in Maguire and Diallo somewhere doing
Right.
something else. Bruno in the back, McTominay in the back.
Right.
Yeah, I'll take it as it is, man. I'll take it as it is. I don't want, like I said, I don't want to over celebrate, but man, you can celebrate a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, we have to celebrate. Like, it's moments like these that make football the beautiful sport that it is. And as a United fan, we haven't had many of these moments. So I'll
Yeah.
take it. I'll have a happy sleep tonight.
How did you genuinely feel before the game and like right now? What is the difference? You did the episode of that war episode as well, right? How
Right.
were you before the
So,
game actually?
So see, honestly, like I was shit scared. Honestly, like I didn't know what to expect, but all I knew that this was a cup game at Old Trafford, and that has to mean for something. Like if it was at Anfield, I would be doubly rejected and dejected right before the start of the game. So to have it at Old Trafford was a huge advantage. Even though they had the maximum, the maximum away allocation or whatever, but yeah, Old Trafford was just at it every time. Even Minu did something good. Every time we kept possession, every time we had a decent link up play, you could hear the crowd backing the players, and that energy was really required in a game like this.
Well, I was doing the watch along, so unfortunately for me it was on mute. I couldn't stream with the commentary, right? But
Hmm.
I know there was one part in the game where somebody else was watching on with the headphone in their ear, and they were like the Liverpool fans that turned it on, right? Liverpool fans
Yeah.
that completely chanting, thinking 2-1, the game is done, and they were
Correct.
confident. And then, like I said, and let's talk about Anthony now. And in the comments, everybody else, if you have any questions, please ask us, right?
Hmm.
Anthony, I honestly shat on him. I was like, on the other stream, I was like, why Anthony? Why not Diallo sooner, right?
Hmm.
Took his chance. He was okay after that. To be fair, not bad, not but nothing else.
Hmm.
But that's what you need, right? When you are having a downtime, big game, you get a goal.
Exactly, and it is about at least trying your 100%. Unless you don't try to shoot, you don't score. So I'll give him that. He took his chance. It went in. All hail Anthony tonight. He got us that crucial equalizer, and he didn't stop running. He had 30, 40 minutes in the game. He didn't stop running, and that's all I want from him. Towards the end of the game, when we are chasing, even when you're trying to just do something, he was our guy who would just slot in anywhere. By the end of it, he was playing left back. So he's just enhanced that man, and I'm glad he took his chance today. जो भी किया उसने, he contributed to the game, and that is amazing.
Yeah, in a game like this, you're just happy that finally, at least that, like I said, I don't have anything too positive in terms of great game, but you do your job, and he did his job.
Exactly.
Like there, I gave
Exactly.
Bruno, I was frustrated with Bruno the whole game, but I gave Bruno plaudits only because in the end, he was playing left center back, left back, right? He was giving everything,
Hmm.
Bruno, right? Same way
Right.
Anthony had dropped back there and he was playing left back. So kudos to them for
Hmm.
doing that job. But
Right.
again, if I had to come back to that moment, right? Starting the game, McTominay. McTominay,
Hmm.
the man we want to all be gone in the summer, but McTominay keeps on doing it.
Oh, his positioning is insane. He even had a second chance where Rashford and Mainu had kind of like cut in into the D, and then Rashford had played back and McTominay hit it and it got blocked. But his positioning in the D is amazing. He's tall. He doesn't shy from a tackle. Doesn't shy from going in with a head, with a foot, whatever. So yeah, man, I'll take it all day.
I mean, like I said, while watching the game on the other stream, we were like, look, I kept telling them, कि यार एक break देख यार, McTominay पीछे जा रहा है, McTominay पीछे जा रहा है. The further back McTominay dropped in the game, the more
Hmm.
we lost in possession, the more we lost our
Right.
attacking intent. And McTominay cannot be deep for too long in a match. Not possible. We
Correct.
know this now.
Correct.
The moment he started coming back on, and at the end of the second half, and he was playing right behind Rashford, the
Hmm.
game turned a little bit there as well. But obviously came
Right.
from a Darwin Nunes error, right? Do you
Right.
think Liverpool took it easy in the second half? Do you think it took it for granted that they'll see out a 2-1, 3-1?
Yes and no, because they did have their chances. We can't just say that we were in control of that game. We weren't. We were just kind of trying to slug it away. 2-1 pe we can still recover. Like that was the intent all along. 3-1 jata hai, then it becomes almost out of our reach. So
Right.
2-1 pe we were just trying to hold it together. Bas goal nahi khana hai by any means possible. And even Ten Hag substitution, when he took out Mainu and got an Ericsson at the 78th, 75th minute, I was like, "Ke, Mainu has been so solid in the midfield. Why are you taking him off?" But he was tired, and honestly, I thought ke Ericsson physically he won't be able to slot in that final 15
Precisely.
minutes.
Same. I was like, does he have the legs to even run 15, 20 minutes?
But
That's
he
my worry.
did it. He didn't have to go tackle every time, but he controlled the ball somehow. उसका ball आता था एक दो touch लेके pass करके he would get the control back. And that 94th 93rd minute में उसने जो ball डाला जो Rashford ने हगा 3-2 के लिए, that ball was a peach of a ball. That was it. वो उसी के लिए था वहां पे. If Rashford slots that in, then we win 3-2 at 90, like in 90 minutes with the Christian Eriksen assist.
Like, that would have been finesse, nah? That would have been the moment.
Right.
That would have been the headline, like you said. Ericsson coming back in, again, out long term. He's been fit for a while, but we can't trust him really. Rashford,
Correct.
shaky form, negative media, everything. The headline was
Hmm.
there, but he missed, like you said earlier. If you would have seen it at that time, 3-2 also was again in one of the last possible second of the match. So we've
Exactly.
had those the penultimate chance in that match, at the last one,
Hmm.
and the McTominay one again. Before the other one, the McTominay miss also was hurting.
Oh
I was
yeah.
telling Nidhi and the other guy on the stream, Lala, I was like, guys, I feel negative, man. And Liverpool broke, and
Hmm.
luckily, that fatigue pass came on and we got a chance. But man, that
Yeah.
McTominay miss was like, I'm like, that's three chances too many in one match, right? Surely we won't get one more to win the game. But oh,
Correct.
thank God we did, man. Thank God we did.
Oh, and another player I want to get some attention to is Onana. He was brilliant today. I mean, he conceded goals. Neither of the goals were his fault. Like legit, they
No,
were
for sure.
all solid goals. I mean, deflection, this and that, and it was just he was amazing, and his distribution was amazing. He took the pressure so many times. He got the last ball and he took the pressure, and yeah, distribution was killer. So Onana, props to him.
Yeah,
Solid
but I'll tell you
performance.
one thing: that goal we conceded, right? The pressure from Onana, that pass, like we shouldn't have never done that. Like that back pass where we lose the ball.
Hmm.
Luckily, the goal was offside, right?
Yeah.
But it comes from that. I mean, I feel if you have improved something in the last 10 games of this season, right? Stop
Hmm.
playing from the back. If you can't do it, just use him to take the pressure off and let him distribute it as wide as possible. Don't do the short passes in the back. I mean, I can't take that anymore. I think let's move
Right.
on, and I should move on. But yeah, kudos to him. I was talking about him as well earlier, and I was like, I'm happy for him that he's picked up form. I'm happy that he's making the saves.
Hmm.
But for me, he's still very responsible for us not being the Champions League. In fact, solely responsible with our
Yeah.
defensive lapses. He's
Hmm.
cost us those three matches where we could have snuck through, right?
I
But
agree.
I would still say in the last 3 months, since the start of Jan, I
Hmm.
would say we're now at a you know, the good job and the bad job. Let's cut each other off. And he's for me at a clean slate right now. So let's see how
Hmm.
he's closes the season. But I'm happy for him that
Right.
he's doing better. Yeah,
Yeah.
good
And
enough for him today. Two big
all
saves.
we need after a game like this, all we need is for our team to take the momentum ahead and really build on this performance. Abhi, I know international break hai, but I hope mentally when they come back from the international break, I hope they're ready to pick up from this performance.
I think I was going to come to that a little while later, but yeah, to the point where I feel that this should not be the one which takes us overconfident. Like,
Correct.
okay, look, we beat Liverpool at home. You know what's better than beating Liverpool at home once in a season? Beating them twice at home in the season, right? That's what's the next aim now. We
Correct.
have after the break. I think after the break it's Arsenal City, right?
Hmm. Yeah.
Who does United play? I'll just pull up the fixtures. For me, it's a very simple fact that
City is done, no? City both
no,
fixtures are
Arsenal
done.
play City. I said Arsenal
Arsenal
play
play City.
City
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Arsenal play
after
City
the
next week only.
yeah
Correct.
after the break.
After the break, next game week.
So for me, we need to stick in the top four race, right? So we
Hmm.
have Arsenal. So I'll tell you why, because it depends on where Arsenal is right now as well, and when they'll be fighting for the league in the end when we play them, right? So we play Brentford away. Well,
Hmm.
Brentford have been terrible technically and like relegation form, but Brentford away for us has been a bogey, right? 2 years.
Right.
We have Chelsea away and Liverpool home. So the point I messed that one up. For me, we have Chelsea, Liverpool, Newcastle, Arsenal left.
Hmm.
Now
Heavy
let's see
fixtures.
heavy fixtures there, and Chelsea is away, Newcastle is home, Liverpool is home, and Arsenal is home. Now, what I would like from a game like this is you go beat Brentford, you go beat Chelsea. Again, Liverpool at home, you beat them right now, but Liverpool will shore up, right? Salah will be
Yeah.
fitter by then,
Yeah. And a
right?
league
Salah
game
will
and a
be
cup
fitter.
game is different. It's just
Trent
different.
will, yes, there is no Trent, there was no Allison.
Hmm.
Salah's half fit, or
Right.
though two of them will be back. Robertson will
Hmm.
be fitter. It'll be another challenge. And in fact, I won't be surprised if we go lose that game 3-0 very convincingly. But I hope this game takes us to a point where we will beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Even though they look
Yeah.
decent now, we
Hmm.
will definitely beat Brentford and we will take something against Liverpool. Then you
Yeah.
say, okay, now you've got 7 out of 9
Arsenal.
points. Then you
Then you've
beat
got Arsenal.
Bournemouth. You can draw Newcastle, but try beating them at home. You beat
Hmm.
Burnley, you beat Palace, then you got Arsenal, right? That's
Hmm.
how you take it to game week 36, 37. And I think 37 or 34, we play Sheffield, it will be rescheduled. So it could be Newcastle and
Hmm.
Sheffield, right? So that is a chance where we were like, okay, we are going to play Arsenal. We are now only level with Spurs. We're level with
Hmm.
Aston Villa. We can take fifth. That's where I
Right.
want this win to make us think till then. We have to see it
Hmm.
till then. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's where my thinking is. Is that too long term? What do you think?
No, no, we definitely have a very tough schedule ahead and we need all our players coming back. I just hope, touch wood, please, no more injuries. जो है injured वो भी वापस आ जाए, and we need a full squad ahead. We honestly do. Because even today you saw substitutions change the game. Even a injured player coming back for that 20 minutes in the end changes the game so much dramatically. Today, our what Anthony scored the equalizer, Ahmad scored the winner. So I mean, evidence is right there. So we need all our players back, as soon as possible. Tough run ahead. Tough run ahead.
But like I said, with Mount back, Maguire back, with his form, surprisingly we got
Hmm.
Maguire still. I'm
Hmm.
excited to see Diallo, more of Diallo. I want to
Yeah.
see Mount fit into this team finally.
Correct.
I want to see Garnacho gelling well with Hoyland again. Hoyland stays fit in the international break,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
And I wanted to be as a United fan, right? Okay, you spoil Liverpool and you stop Klopp's, uh, a cheap travel in terms of Europa, FA Cup, and Premier League and the Carabao Cup, right?
Right.
Now you have to dent the league chances, right?
Hmm.
And that's where you aim next. So that's like I said, we have to be Chelsea. I feel I know Stamford Bridge is away. Chelsea look better now. The players are back from injury. Chilwell is back.
Hmm.
It might not be an easy game, but you have to be Chelsea. Chelsea is below you in the
Correct.
table. Like today's match, though, Liverpool United
Hmm.
is never about form, right? There are times where the fixture plays. So Chelsea will turn up
Definitely.
motivated, but you have to beat Chelsea. I want Mount to go back in that game. right? Mount plays Brentford, Mount plays Chelsea, Mount starts at Stamford Bridge, Mount gets an assist, Mount gets the goal. That's where I want this result to go. I mean, that would be great. And that's like finish the season strong, sneak into Champions League maybe, and then you're like, okay, forget about Ten Hag right now, right? Have you noticed
Hmm.
like Ronak, even 20 minutes, you and I didn't discuss Ten Hag. We want to
Yeah,
talk about the
exactly.
players, we want to talk about the results, we want to talk about what you can achieve after a win like this. I've not even gone
Exactly.
to the FA Cup semi-final. If I'm not mistaken, who do we play? The draws out.
No, I don't think the draw's out, right? I think it's
It's usually pulled out right now. It is out. We play
City,
Coventry in the semi-final.
Coventry. Thanks for
So very likely and hopefully we play City or Chelsea in the final.
in the
So we are
final.
playing 20th April. I'll pull up the fixtures again. 20th April means game week 34. Does that Newcastle game get pushed then? I'm
That's
not
like
sure.
4 weeks from now,
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah. So maybe the Newcastle and Sheffield game go to around 37, or we play a double where, bro, we play Newcastle and Coventry in the same week. I don't know how that works. They reschedule the games, right? That's how the double game weeks and blank game
Yeah,
weeks happen. So
correct.
Coventry in the semi-final. Uh, Wembley, we should win that.
Yeah, we should,
Being in the final,
honestly.
going to the FA Cup final then, and these run of fixtures, beat Arsenal there, get into top five. Brighton last game away, sketchy again for us last 2 seasons, but then maybe you dream of winning the FA Cup final, beat City, stop them from a potential treble again if they won,
Correct.
if they're about to, like if they are going to be Champions League favorites and league if they're ahead. So we
Correct.
have motivation, if not to completely. And look, it sounds like we're being negative, but look, this is where we are right now. All we
Hmm.
can do is hamper our nearest rivals and then watch Arsenal win the league, which will be a little sad in its own. But I mean, whatever, right?
No, exactly. And Spurs dropped points yesterday to Fulham,
Exactly.
3-0.
Yeah.
So that is solid, plays in our favor. Of course, there's a top five spots in the Champions League, 99% done, right?
Yeah.
For next year. So even that plays in our favor. Even though we have a tough fixture list where I know okay, we're not going to win all those games. Plus, it's United. We know how inconsistent we can be. So
I
there's
mean, like
still
I'm
a lot
saying,
of
I won't be
hopes.
surprised. We beat if the Newcastle fixture is happening, we could beat
Hmm.
Newcastle, we could beat Liverpool also, we could beat Chelsea, and then we go and drop a stinker against Coventry in the FA Cup semi-final. That's what we've been, right? Unfortunately,
Correct.
that's how we've those sketchy performances. But I think we should be able to make it to the final, and
Hmm.
having that final, no, at the end of the season will, like I said, be that path where we're like, let's get on a good run of fixtures till the end and let's go win
Right.
that cup. And I think for Ten Hag then, now we'll talk about Ten Hag again. A
Hmm.
Carabao Cup 1 year, FA Cup, sneaking into top five to get the
Hmm.
Champions League.
Hmm.
That's enough to stay a third year. What do you think?
Oh,
If,
100%. And
if.
like we almost did know that today was more or less a make or break game for Ten Hag, because although it was difficult anyway. Playing against Liverpool in a quarterfinal is difficult with our form, with their form. But we knew that if suppose we would have gotten battered by them, then we know that Ten Hag is on shaky ground. We get in a decent performance, then still there's a conversation. If we win against them, we go through to the semi-final, and now possibly to the final after the draw we've gotten. There's solid talks, solid chances for Ten Hag to be around, and I think he really should be around, because we'll be back into this circle of dumping a manager in the third season and then again having someone else coming in. 2 seasons they barely get. I want Ten Hag to get two more solid seasons, four more transfer windows under Ineos, where he gets his players not at 90 million with Anthony, not at 70 million with Casemiro, but at 40 million with Anthony. If they had gone in June, 40-50 million, we would have got Anthony. That pressure wouldn't have been on those players as well. And then panic by like Mount for 70 million. Ridiculous. We need better recruitment, and that is why we're even getting in, trying to get in a sporting director, a football director like Dan Ashworth, who's done such a brilliant job at Brighton and then done such a good job at Newcastle also. Players like Bruno Guimaraes they
Guimaraes.
got. And even Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon. Everton said they got Anthony Gordon this year and Harvey Barnes from a relegated Leicester. That's brilliant business. He's going to do decent for you on the left wing. He's been tried and tested in the Premier League. So just stuff like that. That kind of makes your team tick. And even in your financial side, like, we have such a good revenue, base in our United community, for our club. So we just need someone to make use of that money and give Ten Hag that proper players in the proper price tag.
Okay, and now because the argument is out there, and let's be a devil's advocate, and we're taking Prashant and Prashant's dialogue here, but what if we lose Chelsea, lose Liverpool? Top five looks out of sight suddenly because Spurs and Aston Villa have won, but we won the FA Cup. Do you still
Hmm.
keep him?
See, I like Ten Hag. I still keep him because he hasn't had a good time at United, man. Like, right from the start up until now this season, he's had fiascos one after the other, from Greenwood to Ronaldo to Sancho to
It's a
Anthony.
pastry
Like,
scandal. He's dealing with pastry scandals, not like a football club.
exactly, like, he needs some time that is just peaceful, where he can concentrate on football, where his players are in it, not where it's just turmoil everywhere. Plus he gets some players that he needs, and I think that is required. And Ten Hag ko bhi, like, iske pehle we know how the recruitment has been. I don't think there's any suitable manager to
Bullshit.
replace Ten Hag also.
Yeah, yeah.
So like, if we I don't want, personally, I wouldn't want someone like a Thomas Tuchel to come in. So I say stick with Ten Hag. Plus this season, the injuries, I mean, how is a manager supposed to get the results in when you have an injury list like that? You can't
100%.
field four proper defenders every single game, then it is madness. Like, you can't. So he
I
needs
know there's a
some
lot of
time.
there is noise, all right. There is noise about Nagelsmann, there's noise about Tuchel, and I'm like, yeah, same. Like, that wax lyrical rinse, repeat. This guy's good,
Hmm.
this guy's good. Oh, off the field is bad. Oh, he won the cup. Oh, now he's garbage, throw him out again. I'm not saying he's flawless. He's made some very rookie errors. Ten Hag has made rookie errors in substitutions, tactically, sometimes
Hmm.
been overconfident. But
Right.
you can't say that he's been given look, the transfer kitty is a thing about debate. Like now we are understanding that he wants players, but he doesn't say get him at any price. There's
Hmm.
somebody else on top who has to do their job. It's not happening, right?
Correct.
But you got a structure in place, like you said about Dan Ashworth. You got Berarda already from Man City, the CEO in place who
Hmm.
does the right things. He
Right.
makes sure that everybody else does their job. So Tenak
Hmm.
can do his job. And all this off the field bullshit is like not on his head anymore.
Taken care of, exactly.
Which is why I would want to see him there. But yeah, man, I want to talk about the fact that your pre-show did work out, man. The debate was really good. The Liverpool fan actually had a few all the jokes aside, had a good few questions at you, but man, you nailed them, so well done on that. If you are not, if you guys don't know what you're talking about, before the FA Cup game on Sony, Ronak was in a debate war with the Liverpool fan 1v1, and they spoke about three topics, whether they agree, strongly disagree, strongly agree, etc. And they had
Hmm.
an argument about that. So go watch that.
Right.
I'm sure there's a rerun on that on Sony.
Hmm.
Manchester Derby in the final. That looks likely, right? As of now, Ronak, before we go there,
Yeah.
none of the managers being spoken about, a worthwhile choice is going to be the same all over again. We have a new ownership, trust in Ten Hag and a new ownership. Yeah, that's pretty much what Ronak was saying, right?
Exactly.
Even if, and because I spoke about that, even if we lose to Chelsea, I hope we don't. Even if we lose to Liverpool at home and we're out of that race again, I don't think the other guys. I think they're on the same merit as him. If you want to sack a guy, right, you sack a guy when you get a Pep in the market. You sack a guy when
Hmm.
you get Luis Enrique. You want to think you have to sack a guy to get a guy above him. You can't sack a guy to get a guy
Right.
on the same level as him. That's really stupid,
Right.
right? That's the same mistake
Correct.
all over again. So yeah, but
Exactly.
yeah, coming back to the Manchester Derby final, Ronak, some good times. Now let's be a little positive before we cut the stream. That would
Hmm.
be a repeat of last year.
Hmm.
I mean, City looked like they're definitely taking this year. We almost had them at Etihad as well, right? We were decently enough in the game, so
Right.
that wouldn't be the worst. I wouldn't dread the final like I did, like I would last year, right?
Correct. Correct. No, no, definitely. And this year, even City don't look like the beast that we know City can be. I know, just me saying this, and they will go on a bloody 17-run winning streak from now.
I was
So,
about to say, do you want to be the guy who on the United channel says this? But yeah,
so I know City is very well capable of that. But at least in finals, in cup games, and in big fixtures, United has always been a mixed bag. Even in times of Mourinho and Solskjaer, where we have beaten City at Etihad, so
yeah,
multiple times. So United is a mixed bag. I can never go to a big game with with a hope that we'll come out with something. And especially when we've made it to the final, I know we're gonna, I cannot not root for United. So it's just that City is obviously gonna do their thing, but I just hope United can, break up the play, take that pressure, because City does that. They'll put insane amount of pressure. You just have to deal with it. Even if we concede one or two goals, you just have to mentally be prepared to run your socks off and feel that you're in the game and you might get a chance or two, and then you take those opportunities. With City, that's only how you can win.
But yeah, first we get past Coventry. In the league, we get past Chelsea, we get past Brentford. In the league, we beat Liverpool again at home, we get a draw against them. Get those
Hmm.
results. Let's get into a good form. Let's beat Coventry. Let's go to the FA Cup final. Let's try to rewrite some misadventures, like I said, in the start of the season. Let all the noise go away. Let the poor
Right.
Champions League campaign go away.
Hmm.
Um, for me, it would come down to just more of today, man. Like today was a fight. There's nothing else. It's a pure let's play for the badge. Let the crowd spur us on fight. So why can't
Hmm.
we do that 35 games or 30 games of the season? No, that's why we've not been as a side, even on the Ole, right? And we'll
Hmm.
close after this. Like even on the Ole, we had a lot of good games, but we have not been that side which can do 80% of the season and like play that 80% of the way. We've been 55% there, 60% there.
No, and a
Yeah.
lot of it, has to do with the players
Right.
also.
Corner
Yeah.
flag saying the same thing. What we say exactly like we did today. Like
Would you say we play exactly or almost exactly like we did today? I mean, yeah, more or less, man. We with City, so they will keep even more possession than what Liverpool did today.
I
That's
would say
just
not
how
even
City
City, right?
plays.
Take the game to Chelsea away the same way. They're not what Chelsea used to be. They're in good form. Take the game
Hmm.
again to Liverpool the same way. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just do that again. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, just play with that heart and just take your chances. That's all I can say. With Anthony today, that was barely half a chance. So you sometimes you have to take your chances. You have to take your shots. You have to take a chance, man. And sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. I mean, we hope we just win.
Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. I mean, like honestly, Anthony, that chance looked like one of the like he's got so many easier chances since last season that looked
Yeah.
like there were like three guys in front of him. I don't know what he did, but he did it, and I'm like so happy. Man, like that's what I mean. Like Diallo, Anthony, Scott McTominay, Rashford after missing a sitter, I would say. Hopefully that takes them to the next round. Yeah, like yeah, I think corner flag's reading my mind and saying, but yeah, it's about the heart, it's about the badge, right? That's what I said. We did the I Love United event last week, and we were on stage, and I was asked, right? West Brown asked me and Kern, what do you think Ten Hag would say to the team at like in the dressing room? And I just said, lose to Liverpool, lose to any side, man. Play with your heart, play for the badge. The fans will be upset when you lose, but if you show the passion like today, where second
Hmm.
half for the first 30 minutes we lacked, and I was getting negative, I was getting angry.
You're right.
But we showed it towards the end. You somehow got a result. You dug it in. The squeaky
Hmm.
bum time, all of that, all of the Fergie time,
Right.
squeaky bum time, we made it. But yeah, any closing comments from me before we close, man? Anything else you want to say?
Honestly, no, man. Happy for the win. Boys showed character, and we need that in this final run of the season.
Yep, we need all the heart, we need all the energy, we need the belief. We need the belief at Old Trafford to come take those big matches to beat Liverpool again. We need to make sure that this wasn't all for nothing. We need to make moments count. So we're in a dud season. We end up finishing
Hmm.
somewhere strong. And last
Right.
season we were doing so well, but we finished the season very poorly after Martinez got injured, right? We just
Hmm.
about made it past Liverpool sneaking up on top of us. This
Correct.
season is the inverse. We can start off poorly, we bottle the Champions League, but finish strong, go into the summer break, let Ten Hag get a few pickup players, let
Hmm.
it right, let the ship right again. Let Casemiro, Varane, I would love to have them fit, but that's not possible. Let them go and let the squad reshape and let's see what we have, right?
Yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, man. I'm breathless. What a game. The emotions are high. 4-3, beating Liverpool at home. I don't know the last time we felt this way, but it feels good. We're
Oh
not
no, and
delirious. We're not. Yeah.
energized for the week, man. Tomorrow's Monday, and I'm all pumped because of this win.
Glory, glory, Man United. It's okay if we joined late, man. We were just wrapping up. We're just saying that, man, like Ronak just said, we're charged up for the week. We're charged up for the season. Unfortunately, the break is coming right now, but maybe we don't slip up after the break. Maybe our players get rest. There are no long-term injuries or something like we said earlier,
Correct.
and we take this ahead. But Ronak, thank you so much for joining in, and it's been a good day for you personally, being on Sony, watching a 4-3. So kudos to you, man. Congratulations. That was a good debate as well.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we'll see you guys. You'll see Ronak again in the full-time show after the Brentford game, I'm guessing, with Amog, who's the regular here. I'm just a stand-in right now for this segment. We're doing the watch-along earlier. What time is the match, man? Like, let's pull up the Brentford game. I don't have it with me.
No.
I think you guys should be able to do it, right? Brentford United, Brentford United. Oh, definitely not. The Brentford United match is going to be 3:30 a.m. live stream from Amog and Ronak.
Oh.
So they promised they'll be there. So you guys promised you'll be there, right?
I mean, if the viewers are there, then we can do it.
3 3:30 a.m. guys. But yeah, that's a promise from us that no matter what it is, we try to do a stream wherever we can. We're football bloody hell. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. The reason the channel is named Football Bloody Hell is for days like this, for the game like this. Um,
Quite
channeling
literally.
so Alex Ferguson, right? Chalo, we'll see you guys after the break and have a good week ahead. Boast to your Liverpool fans, make fun of them, enjoy a little bit, and yeah. Chalo, Ron, thank you so much. See you.
See you guys.